Good morning, grasshoppers. What an upset yesterday, Ding and Prague. Let's see what's happening, though. I meant to check on that status a little bit earlier. We're going to sneak into this way. I'm going to accept the sacrifice. I haven't accepted this sacrifice in quite some time, but this is the way to do it, as far as I know. Whoa. Not so sure about that one. Oh, did I blunder? I think I blundered. Arg. I did blunder. I don't know this as well as I thought I did. Some unpleasant checks are in the works, mind you.
Check. Check.
We're going to cross our fingers here that we can survive this with very little knowledge of the current state of theory. And now for something completely different. This is all I got, folks.
Check.
Yes. Gotta keep everybody... Oh! Nicely done. Nahari. Nicely done. We're going to be doing a video on that one. Bishop A3, by the way, everyone, is one of the standard moves. It is no longer worth it to accept that pawn sacrifice. It's also one of the reasons why very few people play the same-ish against the King's Indian. The line that you just saw was the Grandmaster counterplay reason. You're not supposed to do that in the real world. Let's take a quick look at it again. Now, I'd planned on a different variation. There was a game between Nepomniachtchi that Nepomniachtchi played that showed a line where he brought his knight from g2 across to e3 and bolstered his center in this fashion. So bishop takes c5 is forced, and it's like a 33% chance of winning. No worse than that of losing. But knight to d5 is the other mainline move that I was thinking of, and rook to d1 is no longer in favor. Egads. So I did have to play knight to d5 and just play in return. Guess I'm not really returning the material. There's no chance to take here. Knight takes d5, c takes d5, bishop takes b2. Rook to b1, bishop c3. Then I'm just toast. My opponent played this very, very well with very good knowledge.
Check. Check.
So now, rook to d5 is also a move that I considered, but I'm just going to lose a piece, right? Bishop d3. Does this stop the loss of a piece? I guess it does. Unfortunately, checkmate is now unavoidable. Yep.
Check. Check.
Mate and 2. Very nicely done. Ah, good morning. Pegasus is here. Good morning, Nico. How are you today? Hmm. What a rough experience that was.
check,
Nico and Ron battling it out. A small chess-related question. I believe we have all large chess-related questions on this stream for the most part. My imagination is that you have to watch out for getting mated in 2 moves here.
check,
Shield your eyes, everyone.
check,
There was this mate was looming in the previous position. I apologize if you were asking about the small chess-related question or typing it instead of paying attention. Yeah. Needless to say. What are we doing, Nico?
ready,
All right. So our opponent has started off with e4, and we're going to just take our usual approach to playing a much lower rated opponent. Up through it. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to play very solidly and bore the daylights out of them. Make them question their life choices. Ask them to... Oh... This happens quite often, especially when you're talking about older games. You can do some fact checking, but you can also, besides Googling the thing, William Winter and his chess notes talk about these discrepancies all the time, especially if it's a semi-famous game or if any sort of famous player is involved. So in essence, William Winter in his chess notes may have already written an article about this. And it happens quite often.
check,
That was a little premature, don't you think? So notice that my opponent has given me an extra quarter of a center pawn. There is no pin. The pawn majority on this side of the board is definitely going to be to get my rook to b8 now before it's restricted later. I am going to make him question his life choices on this bishop as well, since his position is fried cheese. So let's see, can I play knight e4? Bishop takes e7. No. And what was the point? A draw, he says. Let's just make sure that we are talking about the same things here. Hence the rook to b8 earlier. I have to add. Que pasa? That's so strange. And he's continuing. the fight. I don't understand why he resigned. He resigned because he's losing a pawn? And another pawn? I mean, I'm not sure I would resign because of that. Maybe he had to go. Maybe he was off to school. Good morning, Conta de Luna. How are you? I have not seen any performances lately since your last sharing of the. I can't remember what the occasion was or what the performance was, but it was a small performance venue. I remember. Very good voice, sir. Quite amazing, actually. I have to remember that you are here before I get into any Yeah, I know. Remind me. Maybe I'll celebrate with you. We'll crack open a wine. I'm going to get a wine cooler from... no, that's okay. The C and the S, I understand completely. Especially on the international keyboards. People don't understand that if you're off by one letter, it can make it look bad. But, yeah, I need to get a wine cooler in here because I definitely know that when a stream is powered by Pinot Grigio or Cabernet, it gets a little livelier, unfortunately. I'm not an unhappy drunk. It's just that because I stream every day, this could become a problem in many ways. Did I get a full point pie? Well, I was really worried I was getting shut out of my own tournament. But I still don't understand that last position that my opponent played. Let's examine our game briefly before we move on. We were black. First off, if you're watching, and this is for... I'm trying to figure out Artem Lyubko. Artem Lyubko. There are two ways to continue the piece coordination, and that's to play bishop d3, c3, bishop f4, knight to d2, and then slowly try to occupy the c5 square. And you're basically going for a kingside attack on h7 if black castles kingside, which he does. And the other method is to play c4 and play it like a queen's gambit, and then put pressure against this pawn, but you'll have an isolated queen pawn. And the latest article, do you happen to remember the era of Lara stock, Conta de Luna? Oh, and Conta de Luna, happy birthday! Woohoo! May 26th. I should be able to remember that one, by the way. I'm putting you in the calendar, sir, just for a note for future reference. Are you doing anything special today? I just want to call you by your first name because your first name fits your name very well. It goes with the Conta de Luna, myth, legend, mystique. What do I have that I can do for Conta de Luna's birthday? A very short day. Possible that I could do something later in the day, but it's tricky. So my oldest daughter's birthday is July 26th. Oh yes. How is Turkey? Is Turkey better than Greece? Thank you, Conta de Luna. I'm sorry you're not in the Discord. You have many fans here. Yeah, applying the center here. So just to finish what I was saying to Artem, you have to put pressure on the center. So when you play knight to c3, you're not getting anything against this pawn. It's a there's no chance. And perhaps you're going for a Jobava London. This is your other option here, because I would play the same way against Jobava Londons. Bishop f4 makes sense. In this position, playing for the cheesy tactic. And black often either ignores knight to b5 or plays a6 and continues developing. Knight to b5 is not really an option because black always has knight a6 and there's no real threat. There's especially no queen coming in because the c-pawn hasn't moved. e4 today, baby? Uh-oh. Make sure.
Ready.
Alright, Nico. You got your wish. Yes, thank you. No, actually, I sort of knew that in the background. Alright, and then we will show exactly what we were discussing. Because the Caro-Kann is an all-around good opening. May 26th, the birthday de Conte de Luna. He may be the same age as me, or he could be a year older. Oh no! What is happening here? What it is ain't exactly clear. You're going to pressure these weaknesses. The standard move there is c6, and I will ignore the c6 pawn, and we will go into a Caro-Kann. So this opening commonly turns into either the Icelandic Gambit. Nico, you might actually like the Icelandic Gambit. Or it'll turn into the Caro-Kann Panov Botvinnik attack, which we were just talking about, putting pressure on Black Sicilian, keeping him from placing his pieces on the best possible squares. Yeah, I'm not a big believer in this particular line, but I am curious as to where things are going. And now for something completely different. How do I gang up on that pawn? Queen to b5, a6. Yuck. But it is entertaining. I don't think it's good. Now, queen to b5, a6, queen to c7, bishop f4. Queen takes f4, c7, check. And on b to d7, very unclear. a6 would have been a disaster. Queen to b5, a6, c7, check. Anything moves. A takes b5, d takes c, c takes d8. King takes d8. And now for something completely different. Can I decoy this fellow at all? Or do I want to decoy him? I don't think I want to decoy him. I want him to play the moves that he wants to play. I do. I want him to play the moves that he wants to play. Be a good movie. Alright, moment of truth. We tag, he plays. And now for something completely irrelevant. Is my queen trapped? I don't know, but we're all in. We are all in. I don't know if this can happen. Wow. I must drive you back. Gonna relocate. We're gonna start this business another day, in another way.
Victory.
Sorry, Nico. Thank you for the heads up. In all good consciousness, I was on my way back. Did we get Nightlick in the tournament? But let's just check this game real quick before we lose our opportunity. So in this particular position, I do have to come to grips with the Icelandic Gambit. I've always won, except for one recent game against the Icelandic Gambit, where Black played e6, and of course the best move is to take. It's a true gambit. And you might like this particular gambit, but it's a very, very scary gambit. There's a great chessable book available on it. On the other hand, the standard move is c6. And after the move d4, we're in a Panov Botvinnik Caro-Kann. Panov transfer. And this is where we just have to know the Caro-Kann. And that's all. For the most part. It's just the same thing that I was telling Artem before. That the Icelandic Gambit is a very good opening for blitz and action chess. Who is Alexa Mello? I'm a little worried that she has a copyright on her music. Thinking either besides hiring a coach for myself, which has gotten on hold as the accident that we had the other day with the car is getting a little bit more serious. Uh-oh, did I bring my phone up? I did not bring my phone upstairs to check the transit situation getting into school. That's what Google should do. With the Google Calendar, if I put in a location, it should tell me how long it's going to take for me to get there. Let's see if I can do that. I put the location properly into... Yeah, e6 is a lot of fun. I'm not a big fan of e6, mind you. What is MD Knight been? I hope he's spending a lot of quality time with his daughter. And I hope that work is not too hectic. And I also hope that his life is getting easier. I'm trying to remember what his wife does. But MD Knight Zero, I was just reminded of him. I love that when the superstars, the rock stars of the dojo, who've raided me with many in the past.
Ready.
I don't do anything outrageous. This is the problem. If I were to do something outrageous, perhaps I would have more viewers, or I'd have a different kind of viewer. Tough call, right? I also want to change my layout. I've decided that I need a much brighter layout. I'm also attempting to enlist a co-collaborator on the stream to keep the dojo going, who may or may not be interested in a training partnership based on I was waiting for that. Yes. Now everything's gonna hit the fan. Mind you. Alright, now the moment of truth, Mr. De Luna. Mr. Birthday Boy. I'm not taking it easy on him because it's his birthday. Maybe I am taking it easy on him because it's his birthday and I don't know it. Bishop takes, pawn takes, life is ugly. Said it was easy. But I'm going back to the start. Very clever, but this is a real fork. So, he has to recapture his piece in this manner. Uh-oh. Did he outplay me on this one? Alright, birthday boy. I'm still ahead by a piece. But my question is, how do I get the most out of it? The star. It was easy. Nobody. So my original intention is to weaken my white squares incredibly. We'll see about that. I'm down a pawn. It is an awkward pawn. I'm fighting for Gegenspiel. Am I getting trapped? King F2. Probably. I need to get my king back into the action as soon as humanly possible.
is running out.
Mm-hmm. I do expect nothing less from Senor de Luna. Oh no, I don't have it because of the back rank mate. Oh, that's too bad. Hence. No, my flawed thinking. You were supposed to take. I gave you the clue. This was going to be a beautiful game for them. That was a gift. The birthday gift. I was trying to... You have to take that one as a flash of style, sir.
You lose.
I was playing for the flash of style finish. Cheers. Happy birthday. We're going to have the wine of your choice today. I'm going to try to plan on the wine of your choice today. I need to message my student today about regularly scheduled training, clearing my Thursdays. Into a little life, some rain must fall. Grrr! Conte de Luna. What is our record? I was just about to start catching up too. He's +6. I thought about a 10 gifted sub battle where it's first to 100 games or something like that. 10 gifted subs, first to 100 games. Race to 10, race to 20, race to 30 between two players. But it would have to be spotted. So the handicap would be for every 100 points, X, right? So it would be a game handicap. And I'm trying to think of what the handicap could be. Oh, really? Some magic I could not fathom. That does look like magic. It's just -3. Wow, I have to check that out. Thank you for pointing that out. I have actually invested in... So right now, Queen to B3, E6. This is the line, yes? I'm not going to use the computer just yet. Oh, you're talking about capturing on B7. Yeah, that should be favorable for black. This should be favorable for black. If I take on B7, it should be favorable for black. That's not a move I would ever consider. The irony is I would never consider it. I'm playing Queen to B3 largely as part of a bluff. I'm 4-betting. I'm 4-betting, I'm 4.5 betting, I'm 5 betting this turn, or this flop. Yeah, that was ugly. So, E6, and I just want to see what the line leads to. I am going to check your line in one moment. So the logic is, I mean, to me, instantly, the moment I take on B7, I'm worse, by the way. The moment I take on B7, I'm worse. I have no pieces developed. So right now, the only thing keeping it anywhere remotely close to equal is the fact that white has an extra pawn. Uh-oh, the new round has started. So the line that you were considering, and I'm going to try to save this as part of a coherent thought later. Knight on b to d7, obviously. Then after d takes e6. Why can't I play this? Oh. D takes e6, f takes e6. Yeah, no, this is a terrible position for white. There's no need for logic here. It's the number of active pieces. Your two knights are better and more active than the knights on g1. So these knights are not worth 3 points. We all know the basic values. The basic values of the pieces are based on their activity. So if these are in the drawer, if they stay in the death drawer, they're going to be worth less. So no matter how much, it's like incremental values across time. All right, good luck, Vladimir. Let's hope that we have a game worth writing home about, as we are going to earnestly try to control the center. Well, Vladimir, 63, could be the same age as Garry Kasparov, because Garry Kasparov was born in 1963 on April 13th. That was a very unlucky Friday the 13th for Anatoly Karpov and many others. We're going to play this very, very straightforwardly, and we might even borrow a Magnus Carlsen idea or two. What? So he's planning on b5, trying to hang on to the pawn. That's fascinating. All right, enjoy. Enjoy. Let's just think about this for a moment. I believe I have to take at least once to break this down, and then I have to keep bothering him in a manner to which he is accustomed. And he has to defend again. However, there's a lot going on here. Activity. I need activity. My opponent is giving me a tremendous amount. Whoa! Never saw that coming. Is there something in this position that I don't know about? So the b6 square is weak. The f7 square is weak. We're going to continue developing as though nothing ever happened here. In fact, I'm going to even get my king out of the center. Outpost my knight. Oh, I have 24 seconds. Let's move. I do have a wee bit of a problem as far as the publicity goes. Did I miss my opportunity to play something really, really cool? I did, didn't I? Knight takes d7 on the previous move. Let's put it back. Let's pretend like it was. I wasn't going anywhere anyway. And is he unveiling on me? Looks like I have to play this way. Now, my original plan was to counterattack, counterattack, and counterattack. See how much of a counterattack I get. Alright, moment of truth, everyone. Knight to b6 is not in the cards. Or is it?
You lose.
I just lost on time. Yeah, it was a good move on his part. I was completely toasted. Was there a cool move in that position? So this is what I'd missed earlier, without the engine telling me. Let's cover that up for a moment. Yeah, so this was a terrible move. Basically, knight takes d7. Queen cannot capture on d7 because of knight to b6. And he just hung a knight here. So after knight takes d7, knight takes d7, bishop takes e6, followed by queen takes e6. I pick up the knight. I moved too quickly because my plan was to reroute my knight to d3, and then, of course, exchange the knight in some fashion, and then repost another knight on that square. But not developing this bishop is also rather tragic, right? It is rather tragic. So where was it? Knight takes d7 was best. Queen to c7. He was supposed to play knight takes, yes, he was supposed to play knight takes e5. And then he has this option of shoving his pawn. And I'm completely toasted. I look like Frog to Dingler in 2 games. And here it's all downhill. So he plays one major error, which gets me back into the game to a certain extent, but I didn't take advantage of it. Knight takes d7, knight takes d7, and I just have to guard my bishop against this double attack. Alright, meanwhile, back to the ranch. We've been analyzing enough.
Time is running out.
Okay, let's go with the old classics here. Pegasus, good morning. Great to see you, sir. Fortunately, Ron is rated highly enough. I'm playing against Ulf Anderson, by the way. For those of you who didn't know it. This, my friends, is Ulfi. Ulfi would play d4 on the third move, but I've not actually seen enough games of Ulfi's to know what he would have played against the Kasparov Gambit. I'm going to have to do some research. How Ulf beats black is on my shelf. It's fair debating whether or not I missed the boat on that one, whether or not I should have played d4 on the previous move and just grabbed the space advantage. But I'm interested in keeping that knight looking exactly the same. Symmetrical pawn structure, an Ulf Anderson specialty. Already he's incurred a weakness on my part on my b5 square, my white square b5. Can I do a simul? It is possible that I can do a simul. I have to check my schedule for classes, but I believe I have to be in early this morning. I teach chess all day long. Chess is awesome. All day long. And my next scheduled day, I actually thought about Dark Meth the other day, and I owe him a 24-hour stream. Should I do that this weekend? A 24-hour stream? That's crazy, right? 24-hour stream, sub-drive. I don't have the personality or the power in my play that many of the other rock stars do. But it would be nice if I could harness some of the energy of those dedicated members of the dojo toward the greater good. So the C4 square is weak. Does he have any way of punishing me if I go to B6? That is the question. Not sure where my queen is going from here. I have an idea. I have several ideas, perhaps. Gonna have to add that one to my likes. This does not completely get you out of hot water, by the way. Alright, now the moment of truth. We're going to attempt to stake out our space now that our rooks are in the game. I thought about perhaps even pressing for more with f4, but then f5, I mean. But then I couldn't see any reason not to continue to place this one. Birthday! It's quite crazy that I have such a good position against the Ulf Anderson of our dojo. Can you play this way? I don't know. And now for something completely ridiculous. Find it hard to... Is he getting back his stuff? Mad world. Let's go for a counterattack. Trying to keep this pawn as isolated and weak as possible. Okay. What was that all about, Ron? You're trying to weaken my back rank? I'm trying to weaken your back rank. I'm trying to weaken your back rank.
Check.
And you took perhaps the proper way.
Time is running out.
I was 5 and he was 6.
Check.
Oh man. Wore
Check.
black and I wore white. He would always win the fight. Bang, bang. He shot me down.
Check.
I hit the ground. Bang,
Check.
bang. Uh-oh. This looks like it could be made if I'm not careful. My baby shot me down.
Check. Check. Check.
Bang, bang.
Check. 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 Victory.
I'm pretty sure you had me, Ron. I am fairly certain that you had me. That was crazy. My score with Ron is ridiculous. I think he's plus a few over I don't know how many hundreds of games. Let's take a quick peek. Yeah, I used to be plus all the time, but now he went into beast mode to 22 plus. Over the board chess returned, and Pegasus became a real beast. So it's 89.94. Both of us in the race to 100. Right? Three new grandchildren. Are you teaching chess, Pegasus? I've never met such a good player. There are 3 brand new children. Could all the rules. Read books on chess completely locally. That's amazing, sir. Congratulations. The only thing I worry about, and I told Lula Robs about this in her thread at whatever moment, that she needed to basically be careful about teaching chess, otherwise she will be stuck. If she starts teaching chess, then it becomes a commitment, and you really don't want that commitment, honestly. You have to really be careful. Wow, there are no chess streamers practically. Chess Mood? Who is Chess Mood? Oh, Chess Mood is in French, right? Oh, it isn't in our English. I've never seen Chess Mood before, but I know about them. We're gonna go for a monster because I have to run. Although I should have Conte de Luna choose the raid, since he is the Deshi of the day, as it turns out. In any event, happy birthday, Lorenzo. I'm trying to think of all the other players whose birthday it is today. But of course, you can check the calendar. I'm going to add him to the calendar. Nico is probably checking the calendar, right? I'm going to add him to that calendar as far as birthdays go, as a legendary supporter of our stream, as far as attendance and strength. Have a great day, everybody. Ron, pleasure to see you. Nico, namaste. Conte de Luna, happy birthday.
Let's go.